What's going on, gentlemen? Today is going to be my first sponsored video. That's right, I finally sold out. I did it all for the free stuff. So I had an Amazon seller contact me by the name of Issyzone, ISSYZONE, all one word. I'll provide a link to this product down below. You can check it out for yourself. They didn't ask that I review it, however. They just asked that I do an installation video. So I thought that was pretty cool, and that kind of applies to my channel. So in this video, I am just going to be showing how to install it. And then at a later time, once I've had some time to use it, I will make a review video, an honest one. So what it is, it's a China distributor, and they gave me the option of frame sliders or mirrors or levers or something like that, or said I could go check out their site and pick any reasonably priced item, and then I wanted to try the windscreen. And this is, I believe, very similar to like a Puig or something like that, and honestly, it's probably from the same factory as a lot of the major brands, but I believe this one was around $30. I was going to check that when I made this video, but unfortunately I don't have good internet connection out here. I had to go find a site where I could take the bike outside of the van in order to shoot this, because I needed the room to show the front of it and good light to show the installation. So inside the box, this is the box it came in. It's just a flat little box with some packing, and then the screen, and you'll notice it is starting to rain on me, so lovely North Chicago weather today. So I got the windscreen, bag of hardware, which includes just the screws to hold the windshield to these brackets. And I think these are pretty typical standard brackets, what you'll get for any of the Puig or whatever. Seems to be fairly thick metal. It's probably pretty soft metal. Fairly decent coating on there. And these are just like little rubber collapsible grommet nuts that are very similar to this little face piece right here. If you've ever taken this off, you know that these screws go into some rubber compression, isolation, dampening nut type things. So no instructions, but it's fairly straightforward, and that's what this video is for. So hey, is the sun gonna come out? Come on. Alright, let's pull the bike up closer. Okay, so obviously your bike is gonna look different than mine because I have my custom built bracket, dash relocating bracket that I built and put it on here. I hope to be able to install this with this installed. If not, for the purposes of this installation video, I'll remove this and then show how to install it. But it should be the same installation either way. The only thing I could really see interfering is possibly the brake hose, and then if the angle of the brackets don't allow the windscreen to bolt on flush because of my dash being in the way. The tools, the only tools I foresee using is going to be some hex key bits and the ratchet to drive them. You could just use regular Allen wrenches. So let's get it going. you don't want to tighten these bolts too tight. I made that mistake before and actually split the plastic on the inside a little bit where that collapsible rubber grommet nut expands. It split the plastic open. So I really hope this works. Of course, there has to be a plane going over right now. Really hope this works with the dash relocation bracket, and then I can run it around for a while. Lately I've been thinking of going back to more of a regular type of handlebar than these lowering bars. But I don't know, the lines of the bike look so good with these lowering bars, especially from the side profile. And I removed my rear pegs, so the whole line of the bike looks a lot sleeker with lower bars. You can notice I changed my mirrors from the stock ones. No, I'm not copying. Of course, I draw a blank right on video. God, what's his name? The gnome. Frick. Oh, it'll come to me. I'm not copying anybody. If you go back in my videos, you'll see these mirrors on my dual sport. It's just that the dual sport vibrated so much and these are so weak. I haven't actually ridden this with these mirrors on yet. Alrighty. So put it like that. I bet it goes like that, and that won't work with this bracket. Crap. Because this looks too wide. Right? Too wide. So if that goes over here. Yeah, dang it. Yeah, I'm going to have to remove this bracket. Is that the same? See, now I need more tools. Hold on. Okay, so we got that out of the way. This should look more like what yours will look like now, except for this guy is just sitting there free. But that should still be fine. Should be fine. Alright. Let's. So it doesn't go like that. It goes like that. That makes it easy to put that on. So the screws that I took out of here, I'm just placing into here. And that's the mounting hardware for the bottom side of the bracket. Be careful when you're putting these screws in. I know I'm not screwing into the nut yet, but you don't want to push the screw in because it pulls the rubber grommet out of the hole it's supposed to go into. an actual Allen key for that. Excuse me. Right-handed. So yes, going through this hole makes the bit go at an awkward angle, especially once you get it screwed towards the bottom. So again, not too tight, just snug. That's plenty tight enough. Let's do that to the other side. Drop the screw. This one's kind of awkward to angle in there. The other one actually popped in a little easier. I don't know what angle I got it at, but these different length screws. No. Dang it. Well, this is going to be a long, boring video. This must be squished more than the other one. And you can see, because of the drastic angles, they bent this, and it's pretty weak steel. When they bend it, it cracks because it's not properly annealed. But for the purposes of being a windscreen bracket, that's fine. Still more than enough integrity there. Jeez, I'm gonna have to spread that something. Use a adjustable wrench to put down on there and then bend it over. Oh, back out further. Get in there. You guys are getting the real raw experience here. I don't want to jack up this screw. Excuse me. Pardon my reach. But it's almost there. Just not quite getting in there. Trying to do this where you guys can see what I'm doing too. Dang. Ha. Okay. Cool. And then this guy will just sit freely if it's not in the way. Now, pretty sure take these guys here, see if that's in, and the lighting is not very good, but down inside that hole, so this is the flange part, is the top part. It will go against the underside of the windscreen, and then down in the bottom, you can't see it, but there's a threaded nut essentially down in there. So flange side up, push it down past, there's a little rib, where are we? So rib right in the middle, so make sure you push past that. And these are going to sit a little bit wobbly in there until you tighten them up. And then you've got 4 of these Allen head screws, which feel really light. And then you've got a bunch of these little plastic washers that are going to go onto those. So let's do all of those up. This one's already got one. And then looks like you've got 4 extra. I don't believe that they're supposed to be used for the install. They're probably just extra in case you lose any, which is nice. And so the dash is pressing up against there at the moment. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do something with that, but I don't have to do it right now. This is fine. Just get one started. Just let the screw catch those threads down at the bottom. It's gonna feel kind of wiggly. The alignment seems really good. I see no issues there. It's just kind of interfering with my dash relocation. No, that's too bad. But it is what it is. Let's see, that's probably a smaller one than what we've been using. Just kind of watch on the back side and watch it sync up or suck up. So I'm probably not even gonna put the ratchet on these, just basically finger tight. Cross threaded. Threads are acting all messed up on this one. Something just happened there. Wow. These These screws feel like they're aluminum or some sort of cast aluminum, or really lightweight, weak feeling. I may have to replace these at some point for something better. Yeah, it's not gonna. It feels like it's stripped out the threads. It won't tighten up now. This one feels good. Starting to go there. Alright, I'm gonna have to do something about that later. But there it is. Now let's pull it back. Alright, gentlemen. That's what it looks like. Overall, not too bad. Pretty happy with that. I think it looks pretty cool. I think it gives it an overall kind of alien, futuristic look. Yeah, I dig it. I think it looks pretty bitchin' actually. I'm gonna have to address those screws on the front. I just don't trust those, and especially the way the one that was stripping out. I'd like to get that something tightened down on there. But as far as actual wind deflection, well, that remains to be seen. Like I said, I'm going to do a review video at a future date, and I'll let you know how it's working out, what I do with the dash and everything. I mean, you're not going to run into that issue if you have, unless you've done like I've done and replaced it. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Easy install, not much to it. You're using those pre-existing screws there pretty much, as well as the ones that they supplied to you. So it's pretty straightforward. Basic tools, you can install this, even just using pretty much the tools that come with the bike, except for the hardware they give you. I don't think there's an Allen wrench that fits on there. I think it really complements those lowering bars actually, and the mirrors that I have on there now. But yeah. Alright, so hopefully this video was informative for you, and if you choose to get one of these windscreens, you can see how it's installed. Alright, so overall, for just first impression, for the price, I think it's pretty good. I'd buy it. Alright, talk to y'all later.